Build it right, be safe, be confident. I need to make a lot of hooks for different applications. I went online to see what a bender would cost. I found this one here on Amazon. It cost $87. I thought, based on what it said in the ad, that's for me. So, get a piece of high tensile wire and practice. I put it in the thing here, flush on the other side, tighten her down. In this case, it fits right there. This device you got here is the radius that you got on the end. So you just that's the first part of the S-hook. So now you need the other part of the S-hook. You back it off again. Set it in there, line it up. Clamp it down tight. This determines what size. Now, it kind of looks like you started an S-hook. So what you really want an S-hook, you got an S-hook. We'll start with another little different one that has something to do. We back this off. That radius was pretty small. Now I want a bigger radius. Do the same thing. Put my wire in there. Push it in until it touches my finger. Got this wire clamped down. This is the radius I want. There's the radius you get. If you want it big on both ends, you do that. If you want it little on one end, you want it a poison, you want to hook on both of them, or you want it to come back the other way. If you want it to come back the other way, you take the big hook, put it in there. That's where experimenting comes in. Now I got a big radius on that side, a little radius on this side. Here again, mini bolt cutters works fine for most applications. If you get to the heavy stuff, which I'll show you. Now, what's interesting about this stuff, it don't look very tough. Here's a traditional 16 penny nail. You put the 16 penny nail in there. It's 3.5 inches long. You come over here. You can put it there, or it makes it easier to start the bend if you put it out here. You got it clamped down. Now you started with a 16 penny nail. Where the thing is, the book didn't tell you how to do it or whatever. You put the 16 penny nail in there. Can't do that till I bring this back. I locked it up. So now I got the nail, put it in there, and clamp her down. Didn't get it. So what happens is on this here, I'm going to start again. I clamped it in the wrong place. I'm going to start it again. So this time I need to instead of head catching on the back side, I need the head catching on this part right here. So I put it in there, clamp her down. This is the radius I want. Come back under it. Do the bend. What they didn't show you is how, when you get back to put the other radius on there, then you put it down in there. You run out of a bending force. So what do? You take that out, you grab this thing right here, that let you bend it a little more, and it runs out. Grab something bigger. With a little bit of practice, you get it even. Now, what some people don't understand, this is a 30 penny nail. I got a 40 or a 20 penny nail. A 20 penny nail is 4.5 inches. A 30 penny nail is 5. So we're going to start out with this one. This is a 20 penny nail. As they get a little tougher, you want to get out, have maximum leverage by moving this out. So now, that's the first bend on a 20 penny nail. You put it back in there. Clamp it down good. Come back over here. Now you got some leverage on this one here. Here again. If the nail's not long enough, put the next radius on there. Now you have a nice one built out of a 20 penny nail, 30 penny nail. Get my thing turned around. 4.5 inches long. I want a bigger one. That was the wrong one. That's a pretty good size spike. That spike happens to be 5 inches. Meets my requirement for heavy duty. I put it in there. Clamp it up. The radius is getting bigger. I can bend stuff up to 1/4 inch. I get out here, start my bend. As you can see, what you're bending is getting a little harder. If you have to stand up to bend it, you probably don't want to bend it, which I have. I've bent some pretty big stuff, so now we start over. This is a 5, this is the larger one. Here again, I'm going to run out real quick. So I put it in there. Like I say, the books don't show you how to do that. That is a heavy duty S-hook. Now, you take pieces like this, that's 1/4 inch stock. You got to figure out what you want to do with it. You want to make one of these, longer bar stock, you make those. As a general rule around here, a traditional S-hook is more than adequate. This one, the reason why I like this gauge right here, you got a chain that don't have a clevis on either end. You take one of these, go around your post, whatever. Works just like a clevis. You can shorten chains. So, this one, like I say, I practiced a couple times to find out exactly how to make it work to hook it on a rafter. This represents the rafter. You go in there, hook it over the rafter. Hook whatever you want up there, whatever you're hanging, lanterns, stuff like that. So I designed it strictly to go over rafters. On this one here, like I say, this is pretty much the radius, but what we're going to do in this kind, we don't want that itsy bitty radius. We change it, put it on there, clamp her down. Well, can't go very far in my shop. My shop's not that big. As you've seen, this started to shift on the last one. Got the big radius here. Need the same radius here. Here again, more adjustments required. One more time, it will bend. Heavy duty S-hook. It's well worth the money I paid for it. I paid $87, and through the years I've owned it, I made at least 60 different types of hook apparatuses to go on there. To impress somebody, you take a 30-penny nail, 20-penny nail. Here turned out to be another unique application. You got a curtain rod, and you want it to stay put. This represents the curtain rod. You hook it on there. It don't fall off that way. Don't fall off that way. I just happen to have it off balance a little bit, but if you happen to hook it on a, same thing, on a clothesline, put it on a clothesline, slide it back and forth on a clothesline. Thank you for watching. With a little bit of practice, this thing will blow your mind, because it blew my mind finding out that that thing is nifty, really nifty. Thank you.